guys, it's Emily from the Glamoury. I thought since we had some time on our hands, I would film a little makeup tutorial for you guys. Just a simple everyday makeup look for your Zoom meetings, for your walks around the park, for your makeup self-care days. So I'll show you how to get this simple, glowy little eyeliner flick, some lip gloss. I'll show you some tricks on skincare and how to get a flattering eyeliner and how to even out your lip shape. So keep on watching, and if you want to try out this look, I'd love to see your pictures, so tag the Glamoury in your posts. Thanks. First things first is skin prep. If you have really dry skin like me, you want to be moisturizing a lot, and I usually use like a thick moisturizer. So if you do have really dry skin, you want to look for a moisturizer that's like white, like a cream. And if you're more on the oily side, I would suggest definitely cleansing beforehand and then using like a gel, like some moisturizer that's clear. That's going to be a little bit more, a little lighter of a moisturizer. And then I also recommend, if you have really oily skin and large pores, to use this product underneath as a primer. This is the Makeup Forever mattifying base. This is like a miracle worker. You can also use the MAC matte, but if you just use that, you know, usually people just need it in their T-zone, on their nose, and like right here. It really helps helps you avoid getting oily and minimizes your pores, all that good stuff. So once you've prepped, I'm just gonna put on a little foundation. It's almost gone. I'm kind of nervous. I need to resupply my own personal makeup, but hopefully I can find somewhere that is still shipping makeup. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do my foundation, just a light little layer with a beauty blender. Make sure you go over your eyes. And then I'm gonna go in with a little concealer. I love this Pro Longwear Concealer by MAC. It's almost gone as well. And I always apply concealer on the inner corner as well, on top and the bottom, just to get rid of any purpley colors. Little pimple to cover up there. Now I'm just gonna take a little bit of this Mercier translucent powder, a little brush. You can also use a little beauty blender or a powder puff as well. But I just make sure all the creases are gone before I do this. And I'm just gonna very lightly press that powder under my eye. I don't like to drag the brush unless it's very light. I kind of like to press just to make sure that that concealer doesn't drag, because the worst is when you end up dragging your makeup that you just applied. It's very hard to undo that mistake, I find. So, and then I just get a bigger brush to just lightly dust over my face. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with this Makeup Forever blush. This is such a nice color. And just do a little blush. And I find with really light skin as well, you want to, like me, you want to focus more on the blush, less on the contour. I find like if I do contour, it's with a color that's this cool. Like I wouldn't be able to contour with this on my skin. It would just look orange. So if I do want to contour, I'll use a little bit of that, but I find like even a darker blush like this sometimes will work as a contour, but it's a little bit tricky for really fair skin tones to go in with a whole bunch of contouring. So usually I just keep it simple, do a little blush, tiny bit on the sides of my nose, maybe a little on my forehead. I'm just gonna go in with this little Makeup Forever highlighter, my brow bone, cheekbones, just on the tops, right where the light would naturally hit, a little bit on my nose. And then also a little tip for dry skin, I like to spray my makeup afterwards with this just rose water. Kind of sets the powder, gives a little more glow. I would use like more of a setting spray if you have oily skin. I've been doing my brows lately with the Anastasia Dipbrow Palmade. Just with an angled brush, like this. So I'll just brush up. And this is the color Taupe. Just get a tiny bit on the lid here. I find is the easiest way to use this. Make sure it's nice and flat, nice and sharp. And I just start, let me get the other mirror for this. I just start at the bottom here. Kind of go along using really light strokes. And I'll kind of carve out the top portion here. And then kind of just lightly fan the inside so it doesn't get too heavy on the bottom there. So I'm just taking a little angled brush and going in with a neutral cool brown shade, just tap off the excess. And I'm just gonna look straight ahead and I'm gonna follow my under eyelid, so, or my bottom eyelid. So that's going like this, and I'm just gonna press a line right there. And it's super easy because it acts like a stamp. And then you can see if they're even. I'm also just gonna press it slightly underneath, right against the lash line, just to connect the wing to the bottom lash line. And then I've turned my brush this way, and I'm just gonna press along the lash line with the same eyeshadow. If you're having trouble with the shadow being pigmented enough, I would just dip it in and then spray a little setting spray on the brush like this, and then it's way easier to get that pigment. And it also helps with fallout as well. It makes the eyeshadow stick a little better to the brush. And I'm only gonna take this shadow about halfway along my eye, just to kind of keep that elongated shape. You don't want to close off your eye too much. And you can go in after this and just trace it with a liquid line if you want to make it a little more dramatic. I find the brown is pretty nice for just a simple natural makeup. I'm just gonna curl my lashes. Now I'm just gonna go in with a falsies mascara. I find a lot of people really don't get the root of their lashes when they're doing the mascara. You really want to get as close as possible and start at the roots and then kind of go through the tips. And I always do bottom mascara. And a little trick for lining your lips. I actually like to use this stone lip pencil from MAC. It's a very cool brown. And I just really lightly, well, first you want to moisturize your lips. That's step one. So with this stone colored pencil, I'm just gonna go right along the upper lip line, very lightly. And sometimes that helps to make a little pout like this, just to see if it's even. I like to use this to just even out my lips. Usually my top lip is a lot smaller than my bottom lip. Well, it always is. And this just gives the illusion of having a bigger top lip. So I'll just kind of press that in to make it a little more subtle. Then just pop on your favorite nude lip. I just find it so easy to pop on a gloss, and I love the Buxom glosses. They're amazing. So, and I'm good to go.